Welcome my friends to the only game reviews where the score doesn't matter. Just like telling the truth in Werewolves Within. Seriously, you have no idea who is. It is scary how good people have become at lying. But you sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy the show. Because this is Gracious Judgment. Ubisoft makes its second trip into the PSVR market with Werewolves Within. And one of the cool things about this title is its cross-platform play. PC can play with PS4 and vice versa. Microsoft playing nice with Sony. Why they can't do it on console, the world will never know. But I can tell you right now, I sucked at this game. I was terrible, awful, and I still had fun. And to me, that shows signs of a possible great game. Because mostly when people suck at stuff, they don't want to do it no more. They hate it because they suck. That didn't happen to me in this game. Seriously, I was terrible. You wouldn't believe how bad I was. And it was still fun. But this game is not for the introverted personality type, or really for the person that doesn't want to talk a whole lot. Internet is required, along with a mic. Now, what you do, you sit in a circle, you're given a role, and based on what role you get, decides which team that you're on. And you either try to deceive each other, or you try to find out who the deceiver is. There's 4 possible win categories. There's 2 for the werewolf, 1 for the deviant, and 1 for the townsfolk. And when all 3 are in play, oh man, let the chaos commence, because it is a cluster bomb. You just never know, honestly, who is telling the truth. It's crazy. But, speaking of the roles, check them out.
And here we go. We have 11 roles, which there's only 8 people that can be in a game, so obviously some's not going to be there. But what the astrologer lets you do is just look up to the sky, and it reveals one role that is guaranteed to be in the game. Then we come to my favorite role, the Deviant. It doesn't have any special powers, but the objective, since you are on your own team, is to get people to be suspicious of you. That way they'll eliminate you. So if you get eliminated, you win. Then we come to the Drifter, which is just going to show 2 roles that are not in play, guaranteed. Then we have the Gossip, which was an interesting role, and what its ability does is reveal 2 players' possible roles over the course of the game. You don't get it instantly. Now on to the Houndsman. It's just going to allow you, whenever you whisper to a player either to the right or the left of you, if you do it for so many seconds, it reveals that person's role. Now playing the Saint is one of the tougher roles, because if you're too obvious with your ability and all the werewolves notice and they vote for you at the end, you lose and they win. But what your role does is actually reveal one of the werewolves, so it's extremely powerful. And the tracker is actually pretty powerful as well. What that's going to do is allow you to lean to one side or another, and then it's going to reveal whether there are werewolves on that side or not. Now the Turncloak is actually on the werewolves team. They are a human townsfolk. They do count as part of the townsfolk, but their job is to convince everyone to vote for them, kind of like the Deviant. But if you vote for the Turncloak, the werewolves win. Now unfortunately, the villagers easily the most boring role. You don't really have any special abilities other than being able to appoint, along with your fellow villagers, one of the members of the circle to count as 2 votes. But most of the time people can't agree because you can't trust anybody, so it never gets done. The Watcher's ability allows you to choose one player, which usually it should be the most suspicious one, and it reveals 2 roles above their head. One is going to be true, and one will be a lie. And last but not least, the Werewolves. They have the same ability as the Houndsman. You can either lean right or left, and you got to hold it for so many seconds, and it'll reveal the role of the person next to you. The only thing is, there is normally more than 1 werewolf per round, and I've seen up to 3.
And now that you know all about the game and what it really has to offer, because like I said, it's a simple game. There's not a lot to it, but the gameplay actually is fun. But please do not let what I said in the previous segment mislead you. This game has a ton, and I'm talking a ton of issues, game-breaking issues. First, matchmaking. You either go into a full game or an empty game. And when I was playing, there was only 2 full lobbies. When I would leave, I would get thrown back into the same lobby, or like I said, I got thrown in to a lobby that only had one person there just hanging out hoping people would come. Now, a couple more did after us, but it never got more than 4 people. And what really sucks is when you're in those full lobbies, you don't want to leave once you realize it's this one or nothing. But then when people start leaving and you're not the one getting thrown in, you start to wonder, holy crap, how many people are ahead of me? There's no queue in the game that lets you know what position you are to go into the game. You just have to sit there and hope that you're next, or hope that someone even leaves. People could sit there for 2.5 hours. I mean, I'm not going to sit there for 2.5 hours, but it's possible, man. I mean, once you get a good crew together, you don't really want to leave because they're few and far between. It's extremely hard to find. And also, there's tons of disconnects. My internet's fine. Now, it's not good enough to stream or anything, but my internet's fine. I don't ever, hardly ever, get disconnects. And I played 2 hours one night, and I got disconnected 7 times. That was absurd. And there's issues with the voting process. When you look at someone and hit the button to vote for them, it doesn't choose the right person. It chooses the 3 over here, and it won't even let you click that guy that you're looking right at. It's broken. And better yet, there is a glitch right now where your book doesn't pull up. The book is what lets you play the game. It lets you look to see what roles are present and even use your ability based on what class you are. You have to have the book to click the button to do whatever it says to use your ability for your role. And it's not there. It happens a lot too. If maybe it happened once in 2 hours, I could forgive that. But it happened like 10 times in 2 hours. Without that book, the game is broken. Absolutely broken. And it sucks, man, because I love the game. I know Ubisoft's going to patch that. I know they are. But I have to let you know. Right now, this game is broken. But a little on the lighter note, this game can cause a lot of trolls too.
Yeah, I guess if I just shut up, everybody would suspect me.
Are you actually drunk right now?
I'm really drunk, but I didn't my drink. What did you fucking you talking about? I am fucking here ready to play for you. I am Bird Person 951. I'm here to take it for the fight, Britain.
But thankfully, Ubisoft gave us an option to kick out the douchebags. That way we can make room for the cool fellas and ladies. But this leads me to something that I said I would never do. Because I have always said I will never try to guide you or lean you in any way. Because I want you to make your own decision on whether you buy a game or not. Because it's your satisfaction with it that really matters. But with this game, as much as I liked it, I can't recommend it because of that book bug. As long as that thing is still in the game, this game is broken. Half of the time that you will play, it is unplayable. So until that's fixed, I can't recommend it. If that book bug wasn't there, I'd say it'd be my normal self, hey, make your own decision based on what I've said. But for this game, at least as of right now, unfortunately, I cannot do it. But if you do have any questions, maybe something I didn't go over or something that you're still curious about, post it down in the comments below. I'll answer it as soon as I get a chance. And until next time, you take care, you have a good week. And always remember, game with grace.